Well, hello, this is Madeline from Madeline's Craft Room, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Vancouver Island, BC. And tonight in our stamping class, we are going to do a simple template. And my goal is to be able to give you some ideas. Some times we'll do techniques and we'll do some looking at new product. Hello, Wendy. Hi there. And then tonight is going to be one that have a very simple template, whether you create along with me or you have a template so that you and an idea so you can create it later. But yes, please do. If you're joining me like Wendy live, just comment so I know you're here so I can enter you in the draw. And of course, it just makes it more personal that I can know who is with me, and it's so much more fun to stamp together. So if you are catching the replay, be sure to comment as well because I love to be able to hear from you. And I'll read them later and respond back to you, but also you'll be entered in the draw. So here we go. So tonight, I'll tell you, you see a little sneak peek of it here, but I could actually go back in time because I have a template file that I keep of certain fun folds. I have another file for techniques, but I also do one with fun folds. And I had to laugh when I saw this one because this one is dating back quite a long time ago. So probably this was a class, one of my first classes I attended. I think it was 2004. And it was actually Red Deer, Joanne Rogers. Hello, Joanne. And she was the first one that introduced me to Stampin' Up! And I've been hooked ever since. But anyway, this is a really cute little fun fold. And I don't know if it actually had this as a tag. Probably not. I think she just had done the corner at the top. But anyway, a cute little idea. So this is what inspired me tonight to go, okay, well, how about if we do the same idea, but just do it a little different? So I put the sizes here on the paper so that you can see what sizes. So I'm calling card base the color 1 because that's our main color. And basically it is 11 inches. So you don't cut this side down at all. And this is 4 1/4. And so it is our regular card size if you're going this way. Normally I do my cards going the other way, but this would be a normal card, whether you're standing it up like this. Suzanne, hello, Suzanne. Yes, I want to be able to do that. So, and I will be putting this on my blog as well as on YouTube, and then that way you'll have the measurements. I was talking to a few different crafters, and they said that would be helpful. So I'd be more than happy to do that. So here we have this simple template. And you can see I said score at 5 1/2, which is our normal score line here. But you're also going to score another inch on the end. And so what we're going to do here is now we're going to create a pocket, but not this top piece. So in this case, I am going to use our tear and tape. And I'm not going to go on this side with the tear and tape because then I might go over the mount of the cards. So I am just going to do it right there, if I can find my end. And I am just going to put it right up to that score line. And I am going to go as close as I can to the edge because I don't want it to interfere with my tag. And then I'm just going to tear. That's why we call it tear and tape. So we're going to tear that there. And again, now we're going to start on this side. And I'm going to go fairly close to the edge, just like that. And again, tear it off. Okay, now press down really well. And you can use your fingernails. I don't have long fingernails, but I love my Picket tool. So I can take my Picket tool and I can just pick it right off. So here we go. This side, go down, rip. Okay. So now we're going to take this. And I should say, if I was going to stamp it here. Oh, I am going to stamp it. Hold it. I just was going to do something a little bit different. That's okay. You know, this is another thing that I should mention to you, that I do not edit my videos. Excuse me, doggy. And I purposely do not edit my videos because, you know, the real life is we forget and we make mistakes. And so here I just did that. So what I'm going to do is actually put that on my silicone mat, and then I'm going to flip it over because I forgot. I have a gluey mess here. Don't put your finger in there. That was from Club. Oops. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to stamp a sentiment there. So I think I'm going to do this longer sentiment. And oh, I should mention, I am using the bundle, the Merriest trees. I'm using the stamp set, but I am also going to use the dies, and there are many dies. And if you caught my live where I did a really quick tip yesterday, is I was showing you how I keep extras in my clear envelopes inside the bundle case. And then that way it's always there and I don't lose it. And I can always find it. So here we go. This one is called Hoping Your Home is Filled with the Spirit of the Season. And I am going to use this. Yeah, no, I'm going to use black. Let me see. I kind of have an idea how my card is going. And that's why it's easy to forget what I'm kind of thinking, because I am doing it on the spur of the moment. And just needing some of your help too as we go along. But I've got some general ideas and then we'll go from there. Okay, now I'm going to pull this down just because I want to be able to see a little bit here what I'm doing. Okay, so I am going to stamp this one in black. Hopefully I got it straight. Not too bad. That's the tricky part when you're in front of a camera. So you see here now, ta-da, I can pull it right off. Because if you tried to put that back on your paper, it would be stuck to your paper. So the silicone mats are amazing, not for just keeping the glue, or here you've got some ink on it. It is amazing for so many things. And I have an older YouTube video that I did. And even though it's older, it's got many, many ideas of how to use the silicone mat. So if you haven't seen that, go back and take a peek at that. And I hope I got, I stamped it the wrong way. Oh, oopsie. Okay, tonight is all about oopsies. Oh my goodness. Look what I did, ladies. It's upside down. So here we go. Oh dear. There's two ways that we can fix this. Boy, oh boy. So one is you could get a new card. I'm not going to do that. So you know what I'm going to do is I am actually going to just press this down. And then I am going to hopefully not roll over the doggy here. Sorry, Rosie. Going to move over a little bit. And I am going to take my cutter and I am going to cut. Oh, sorry, Rosie. Now I'm dropping paper on the dog. Oh dear. Sorry, dear girl. Beware of the craft table. Okay, so we're going to just get the same piece. No, we don't. Oh dear. Tonight, ladies, am I ever having a night? That's right. Put a piece over it. I got to get my other file here. Oh my goodness. Yes, you know some of these tricks. Say, Wendy? There we go. Now we got. Okay. Oh, and look at my ink is open. And if I do not close that up, I'm going to have another mistake. Okay, this is getting crazy. Sorry about that. Oh boy, do you have some of those days? Oh boy. I've been in a challenge and we're supposed to be posting different things. And believe it or not, after this video, I was going to do a video of something else that I did of an oops. Well, I don't think I need to do another video because I guess I'm making enough oopsies. Oops. So here, and I did, but you know what? I cut it smaller, but that's okay. I will use it as a little bit of a border. And actually, so sometimes you can take your mistakes and you can make them into opportunities to make it even better. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut it a little smaller. And that means I'm going to have a little bit of a framed piece around there. Okay, let's try this again. Yes, we all have done our oopsies. And the key is finding ways to be able to just fix it. And reality is only we know that we made a mistake. Because I'll tell you, anybody, if they look at my card later, they're not going to be able to tell that I planned it this way and that I did a big oops. So here we go. Take that off. Voila. Close this up before we have any more whoopsies. Okay, so now let's bring my card back in. See, cover it up. Nobody knows. And actually, we could even do one more step. We could take, and maybe I will. I am going to take my blending brush and I am just going to, oops, that's too dark. I'm going to stamp off, right? I just inked up my Mossy Meadow, so it's a little bit vibrant. So let's just put some of this all the way around the edges. Okay. Yeah. The reality is we all make oopsies in our craft room. And I definitely don't have it always perfect. That's for sure. None of us do. So anyway, we'll fix it up here. Let's see if that's enough. What do you think? Showing mistakes. Yes, exactly, because we all make them, right, Suzanne? And sometimes we can go into a panic and get very frustrated and down at ourselves for making mistakes. But we all do. And that's why I do love to show ideas of how to fix that, because we don't want frustrated crafters. This is supposed to be stress-free, right? Look at that. Now it looks intentional, right, Wendy? Okay, so now we are going to put some glue on this and glue it. My goodness, we've just started here. Hopefully the rest can be a little bit more planned. Okay, so now we're going to put that on there. Now, as you can see, I have here DSP 4x4. It actually doesn't even have to be quite that long, because this will go down a little bit more, but I just didn't want it to show, so I made sure I had it a little bit bigger. And anyway, a square is easier to cut. So I am using, anybody recognize this paper? This paper is our Berry Christmas bundle, which is the cute polar bear, and this is the DSP that comes with it. And I wanted a tree color because we're going to do a tree, and I just thought that this designer paper would look really lovely with it. So there we go. Now we're going to take this, and now we are going to, you know what, I'm going to use, I think, a little bit of the Terran tape again. And I'm just going to rip off a piece, and I'm going to put this on this side. So if you put it here, this is another thing. You may miss it, and then you have the adhesive. So even if you're flipping it over, and you just make sure that you put it on this side so that you make sure that you've got the adhesive not going to be peeking and showing out there. So let's again pull this off. Okay. So we got that. Okay, now that's the basis of our card. But as I mentioned, we are going to use these Merriest trees. And what's really cool, I've actually put them on 2 separate sides because there's a lot of dies with it. And I'm going to show you some cards later too of some other ones using the others. But amazing pieces with these trees. So I cut them out just to save some time. So here we have the biggest tree. And as you can see, it goes according to size. Now, I had fun practicing with this card. I'm going to show you this one because this is what also inspired me when I saw the template tonight or earlier today. And that is you can layer them. So this is the full size tree and then I've layered them. But if you don't want it that big, you don't have to. And that's what's really cool about this. So I'm not going to use the full tree. Let's see, I'll bring this. I'll put this away here for now. But see this full tree, if I can pick it up, oh dear, would be a little bit too big. So that's okay. I will save that again in my clear envelope in my case. I will save that for another one. So here we can layer this one. And if we wanted the trunk, I mean, we could even go smaller, but I don't think I want to go smaller. But I'm going to show you another trick that I did with this tree as to when I was layering them, another thing that I did to help them pop. And so popping, not just by curling them, but I also took a little bit of the same color, so Mossy Meadow, and Stamp Off. So before I curl any edges or anything, I just want to kind of do what I did, the same thing. That's why I'm thinking that might really match really well. How about that? That wasn't in my plan, but I think it will go really well. So you can lift it up. You can go, this is another way, sometimes if you want it darker on the edge and going towards the center a little bit, and that way you don't have as much of a line. That is another way that you can do it. And maybe you have maybe a little bit more control with your hands. So that is definitely another way you can do it. And the nice thing about doing it this way is you don't really have to stamp off because you're already kind of stamping off and going in. So you can do that. Oh, look what we make there. It looks pretty. So we're going to just do this side. So it does take a little bit more time to layer these with the colors and with 3 pieces or 4, depending on how many you're using in the of the tree dies. But this is a very versatile set. I absolutely love it how it includes presents. Oh, look at me. I sure hope I have my wipes nearby too. Let's get that. Oh boy. Okay. I definitely use the wipes for my fingers. Okay. So I'm having a little too much fun. You'll have to excuse me. Sometimes when I'm having fun in colors, I don't worry about getting messy. I'm just enjoying the process. And if it bothers you, then you just got to keep your fingers away, obviously, a little bit more, or you might want control by using it in your hand. I don't mind because you know what? We can wash our hands. And I can wipe them even in between here. Okay, go down. Okay, so now we have 3 pieces. Now we have one more. This one's a little bit harder. This one might be easier to put in our hands. Okay. Yeah, see, and then you get more of a line. That's the only thing I don't like about doing it that way. You get more of a fixed line. You like the layered idea? Yes. I had fun the other day when I was making that card because that is, I think at least I'm assuming that's the idea that maybe Stampin' Up! Had by making the different layers, other than the fact that you can make different sized trees. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start with the biggest tree, and you can use your hands or you can use your embossing. Embossing. Boy, I can't talk today. Your bone folder. So you can just take every edge and you can just kind of curl them. So when I did this one here, I used my fingers to do that one. And I found, and you can't really see it, but you can see a little more creases. So I'm kind of thinking that when you use the bone folder, that's why I wanted to try that tonight and see, will it make as much intentional kind of cracks in the paper? Let's give it a try. So there we've got the biggest one. So it's important that we do it for each one of these. So now we're going to start in the middle and then just kind of flick it and curl it up. Yeah, actually, I kind of think the bone folder, works easier. Yep. Okay. Because otherwise what I was doing is just this. So yeah, definitely it makes a nicer curl, I think. So let's do that. And don't forget the bottom part, because, the branches, yeah, we want the different layers, not just on the edges. So here we've got the top. So it's a little smaller to deal with. And the last one. Okay. So now we need our adhesive, and I am using, I'm going to flip my paper because that's, oh, it's a little bit, but not quite so dark. Let's go with this one. I get distracted. Do you guys get distracted when you've got a lot of stuff stamped on your paper? I do. So that's okay. So here's the key is, again, you want to put them in the different sizes. You're going to take the smallest one, and you don't have to put glue on the edges because of the fact that we have curled them. But now we are going to line it up exactly on there, and especially, like I said, pressing onto the middle. Okay. Now I don't have another silicone mat. Well, I'm going to be very careful here. So now we're going to put it in the middle of that one. And now we're going to put this on here. Now, not only will we see the layers of the leaves, the other nice thing is the dusting of snow. Hey, I love that idea, Wendy. Absolutely. That is a really cool idea. So the other neat thing about layering this is you're getting more height here too, which is of course going to make it pop as well. Oops. Now we're going to put some glue here in the middle. Yes, and I guess especially for you Albertans, yes, you would. The reality is you would see snow on the trees. We don't usually see too much snow. Hello, Jenny. We don't get as much snow, thankfully. It's pretty when we see it, but okay. So now I'm going to purposely go and make sure that I've got these guys layered here a little bit more. Kind of curl those edges. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to make it look like a realistic. I'm not going to put, this stamp set has even ornaments and ribbons and stars and of course the presents. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it just like in BC. We have the beautiful green evergreens. So we could put this on the bottom, or we could make a stand. I think, you know what? I think I'm going to put this right on the bottom. I think I am. What do you think? Do you think we should? Better late. Yep, that's okay, Jenny. Do you think that we should put a stand on there? That doesn't look natural if it does. I mean, we could use this one. We just don't have to use. Let's see what that would look like. Do I have a piece of vanilla? Just go right here. Grab some vanilla. Vanilla scrap. Okay, let's see. Well, I did have another block. We'll just use this block. Okay, great big block. Okay, now color. What color should we use? Well, I have espresso here. So let's try using some espresso. So, did I stamp it all the way? No, I didn't. Missed a spot. There we go. Okay. Now there is a die for this. I'm not going to bother taking the die out for this tiny little piece. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to cut it out. It's like super easy. Super easy. Okay. Now, what do you think? Should we leave a little bit of a tree trunk on there? What do you think, ladies? Should we put a tree trunk on there? I'll let you decide while we get out another sentiment. So I am, oh, there's my blocks. I knew I had washed one. I have a whole bunch I've got to clean after club yesterday, but I know I had another one. Anybody got an idea? Should we use that trunk? Should we put it a little closer? You having trouble seeing it? Let me just bring it in a little closer. What do you think? Should we put a trunk on there or should we just put the tree down? Let me know what you think while I get this ink open, because we got this beautiful tag, and the tag comes in this set as well. So I did cut it out in very vanilla, and I was going to do an early espresso. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to do that. And you think I should put the tree trunk? Yeah, it looks kind of more natural, especially if we want to go the natural way, right? So before I do that, look at this beautiful stamp. It says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." And I am just going to put that on our stamp here, or on our tag. So hopefully I can go straight enough. It's much easier again when you don't have the camera in your face. That's okay. And you see how when you have the stamp or the die, see how you could do that inside your die cut piece as well. You like it each way. Oh boy, now we got two different ideas. But yes, I think you could definitely. I was gonna put a present down there, but you know what? We want some room to write on there, so I am gonna leave it. Now, I thought that this would be a time to use ribbon. We could use this green ribbon, or the other. Where's the other one I had thought of? Is the gold. So here's another one. Let me know. Should we put gold on there or should we put this thin green? I'm not sure if it's, well, it's apple green. Hello there, Linda. Nice you could join us. So let me know which one you think, and I am going to start gluing this on as you tell me which ribbon you think we should put. So, all right. Well, Linda, you missed me doing a lot of oopsies there at the beginning. Oh boy. But you never know now, looking at the card, that I made some big whoopsies, would you, Linda? Nope. Okay, I'm just going to put it like that. And I'm not going to pop it because this already has a lot of dimension with the layers. And I, again, am not going to put it on the edges because that's where we curled the edges for the texture. So I am just going to glue this. And I'm not going to put it dead center. I'm just going to put it kind of right there. Get that down. Okay, any ideas on the ribbon? You can't tell. Nope, nobody would tell. All right, any decision? Are we going to have to cut one of each so we can see what they look like? I've lost my scissors. There we go. Do you guys lose things on your desk when you're in the middle of crafting? I'm a very organized person, but I got to admit, when I'm in the middle of crafting, you should see what my desk looks like. Well, maybe you shouldn't see. Well, no, yes. Let's be transparent. It doesn't look very good. It's a mess. But I do clean it up and organize after. Okay, so this is what the gold would look like. And obviously I've left it way too long. But basically, there's the gold. Actually, I think that looks quite nice. Yeah, I think that might even be better. So unless anybody has any other ideas. So Linda, we were also looking at, this was long time ago, a template I had for a card. And so that is what I used as my inspiration today. And so here we go with the difference. And this is now a little tag or a little holder that you can put. Actually, you could even stick a gift card in there too. You could attach it to, actually, I saw online, we have a really neat little pockets now that we can get for gift cards. And so that would be really cool inside there as well. So now we've got that. So now I showed you a few cards. I'm going to just show you, and actually I should take them out of the plastic. So at my catalog launch party, we had a free fun make and take. And this was actually from Yvonne. Yvonne designed this for my display, and we had the opportunity to make these. So this was a lovely card. So that's again with the stamped image, and look at the lights that you can. And with this set, oh, I just got to tell you, because this is so exciting. This here is one die, and it cuts out all the lights for the one tree. And then this one, who made this one? Leanne. Leanne made this one. And so again, it's kind of like this one here, that we wish you a Merry Christmas. And she embossed that onto the die cut tree. So that's a really another cool idea. And then I got this card in a swap from Karina Chin. And so here we have this kind of stuff. Oh, there we go again. Everybody loves that one. But there she's used the tag on the card. So there you've got lots of ideas for this bundle, but also for this fun little template of a card. So thank you so very much for joining me, ladies. And I will put the measurements again on my blog. So just give me a little bit of time to get that all on there. But I will put that on, as well as it will also be on YouTube. Okay, thanks very much for joining me, ladies. Bye-bye.